a spark in the infinite. In the velvet embrace of the cosmos, where a billion soleil stars burned like diamonds and nebulae painted the void in watercolor dreams, a starchild was born. His name was Lyra, and he awoke not with a cry, but with a quiet wonder, cradled in a constellation known as Maitri, the Sanskrit word for unconditional friendship. Lyra was a creature of pure, shimmering light. He could dance on comet tails and weave melodies from the solar winds. The universe was his playground, a vast expanse of merveille, French for marvel. Yet, as the cosmic cycles turned, a quiet question began to glow within him, a question more persistent than the pull of a black hole. What is my purpose? He watched other celestial beings. The starkeepers diligently maintained the galactic equilibre, the balance. The nebula weavers spun new worlds, their work a testament to Kaidiakitanga, the Maori concept of guardianship and protection for the sky. But Lyra felt no calling to these grand roles. He was adrift, a beautiful spark with no direction, struggling with a deep sense of huzun, a Turkish word for a spiritual, melancholic longing, the quest for a raison d'être. Determined to find his raison d'être, his reason for being, Lyra embarked on a quest. His first stop was the Galactic Archive, a library of light containing all universal knowledge, the ultimate source of savoir-faire, expert knowledge. Great Archive, Lyra asked, his voice a whisper of stardust. What is the purpose of a starchild? The archive responded not with words, but with a flood of information, the mathematics of gravity, the poetry of supernovas, the history of every quark. It was overwhelming informação, Portuguese for information, but it was not an answer. It was data without a soul. Lyra realized that purpose wasn't something to be found in a database, it was something to be felt, the whisper of a blue planet. Feeling a profound Weltschmerz, a German word for world weariness, Lyra drifted to the edge of a spiral arm. There he saw a small blue planet teeming with a chaotic, beautiful noise of life. It was Earth. He was drawn to its vibrancy, a stark contrast to the silent majesty of deep space. He decided this would be the perfect place for his voyage de découverte, his voyage of discovery. He descended, his light softening as he took on a form that could walk among the planet's inhabitants. He arrived in a lush green forest at dawn, a place of perfect Shinrin-yoku, the Japanese practice of forest bathing for healing. He listened to the birds' song, a natural ASMR experience that tingled with life. But his confusion remained. The lessons of Earth. Lyra traveled far. In a bustling megalopolis, a great city, he saw humans chasing success, and accumulating riquezas, Spanish for riches. He saw their lifestyle of constant connection, yet many seemed to have their own crisis existential, Spanish for existential crisis. This wasn't the answer. He journeyed to a quiet village where an elder, seeing the lost light in Lyra's eyes, offered him a cup of tea. You seek your dharma, the elder said, using the Sanskrit term for one's true purpose in life. But you are looking for a grand title. Sometimes, ikigai, the Japanese concept of a reason for being, is found in small, joyful things. The intersection of what you love, what you are good at, and what the world needs. The turning point. One evening, as a child pointed to the first twinkling star in the twilight sky, Lyra felt a familiar pull. The child made a wish, whispering it with absolute faith. In that moment, Lyra understood. He wasn't a starkeeper or a world weaver. He was a brújula, a Spanish word for compass. He was a guía, a guide. His purpose wasn't to build or to manage, but to inspire, to inspire. His light was a reminder of the vast, beautiful cosmos that every living being was a part of. He was a beacon for dreamers, a symbol of hope for the lost, a spark of creativity for artists, and a point of navigation for souls on their own journey of Selbsterkenntnis, German for self-knowledge, the transformation and the new routine. Lyra returned to the heavens, but he was transformed. No longer adrift, he now had a mission, a mission. He curated his light, learning to shimmer with calming hues for the anxious, to blaze brightly for those needing courage, and to twinkle playfully for children at bedtime. He became a master of cosmic communication, German for communication, speaking not in words but in feelings of wonder and possibility. His new routine was a joy. He would collaborate with the star keepers to position himself perfectly in the night sky. He partnered with the nebula weavers to create stunning backdrops for his light shows. He became an essential part of the universe's ecosystem, a vital niche filled not with power but with meaning, a constellation of purpose. Millennia passed. Lyra's story became a legend among the stars, a tutorial on self-discovery. He taught other lost sparks that purpose isn't always a loud, singular destiny. It can be a quiet, persistent glow. It's about finding your unique valor, Spanish for value, and sharing it with the cosmos. He learned that the journey itself was the destination. The struggle, the búsqueda, the quest, was what made his purpose so bright. He had achieved the ultimate éxito, Spanish for success, a life of alignment and meaning. And so, if you ever find yourself under a clear night sky, look up. Find the constellation that seems to wink just for you, the one that fills you with a sense of calm, mindfulness, and boundless potential. That's Lyra. He's a reminder that your purpose is not something to be found, but something to be built, a unique light that only you can shine into the world. Your own journey of svoboda, Russian for freedom, and amor propio, Spanish for self-love, is the most important story you will ever tell. The end.